From the Ryman Auditorium and the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee, it's an all-star tribute to an American music legend. Starring Ricky Skaggs, John Hartford, Del McCrory, Connie Smith, The Whites, Marty Stewart, Ralph Stanley, Tim O'Brien, Jerry and Tammy Sullivan, Charlie Daniels, Jim and Jesse, the Bluegrass Boys, and James Monroe. Welcome to Bill Monroe, The Legend Lives On. Please welcome your host for this evening, Miss Lori Morgan.
Hello and welcome to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Nashville. I'm Lori Morgan. Each year, thousands of fans come here from around the world to learn more about artists that they love. One such hero, whose talent spanned over a period of more than 6 decades, was Bill Monroe. A short while after Mr. Monroe died in September of 1996, musicians, friends, and former band members of Monroe's Bluegrass Boys gathered at the place where it all began, on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. They came to pay tribute to this American music legend who introduced the world to his own brand of music, a music we know today as bluegrass. Ricky Skaggs, John Hartford, and Del McCrory could talk for hours about how influential Bill Monroe was in their careers. What better way to learn than by hearing it?
Y'all sing along with us, all right? This is Uncle Pen. All the people would come from far away, the nights all night to the break of day. When the caller would holler, do-si-do, the new Uncle Pen was ready to go. An evening about sundown, high on the hill and above the town, Uncle Pen played a fiddle or how it would ring. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. Well, he played an old piece called Soldier's Joy, and the one they call a Boston boy. Greatest of all is Jenny Lynn, to me that's where feeling begins. An evening about sundown, high on a hill and above the town, Uncle Pen played a fiddle, Lord, how it ring. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. Forget that mournful day when Uncle Pen was called away. He hung up his fiddle, he hung up his phone, and it was time for him to go. That evening about sundown, high on the hill and above the town, Uncle Pen played a fiddle, Lord, how it ring. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. Above the town, Uncle Pen played a fiddle, Lord, how it ring. You could hear it talk, you could hear it sing. And that's the way he was. He was totally always teaching. If you were willing to humble yourself and come under him and be a servant or to be a student, you know. And I really chose to do that, you know, as much as I could.
Tonight I'm alone without you, my dear. It seems there's a longing for you still. All I have to do is sit alone and cry in our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. And when you have come to the end of your way, you find there's no more happiness for you, just let your thoughts turn back once more, if you will, to our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. Oh, someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. Tagline. In our little cabin home on the hill. Thank you very much.
He was one of God's favorite people, and I have no doubt in my mind that he is on the other side now. So there's not a lot to cry about. Anytime I miss him, I go pop in one of his CDs or his records, or talk to somebody about him. He left a lot of people behind that still talk about him like he's just on the other side of the track over there waiting for us to show up and jam, you know.
We're going to do a tune right now that Mr. Monroe, sang here on the Opry many times. It's one entitled "John Henry Was a Steel Driving Man." Steel driving man, love, Lord. Johnny gonna be a steel driving man. And he cried, Lord, Lord, lay down his hammer and he cried. How driving, money rolling in my head, Lord, Lord, money rolling in my head. You can talk about your Henry, but yeah, you please. Hey, do all that you can. And if I was born in the United States, another such a steel driving man, Lord, Lord, another such a steel driving man.
More than a virtuoso on the mandolin, songwriter, bandleader, and baseball fanatic, Bill Monroe was a true visionary and innovator. He created a form of music that was fresh and new with an ensemble made up of the mandolin, fiddle, banjo, guitar, and upright bass, often playing at breakneck speeds well over the musical tempo of the day. It was a unique combination: expert musicianship, beautiful harmonies, part traditional, and a good part, never heard before, creative genius. Here's a classic Monroe example: Connie Smith and the Whites with Walking to Jerusalem.
I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, to walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, to walk in Jerusalem just like John. Oh John, what did you say? Walking in Jerusalem just like John. I'll meet you there on the crowning day, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, to walk in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, to walk in Jerusalem just like John. Well, some come crippled and some come lame, walking in Jerusalem just like John. Some come walking in Jesus' name, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, walking in Jerusalem just like John. He'll carry your load upon his shoulder, walking in Jerusalem just like John. He'll meet you there at the first crossover, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I want to be ready, I want to be ready, I want to be ready, Lord, to walk in Jerusalem just like John.
Imagine for a moment being a youngster in the audience during the 40s when the original bluegrass band stepped onto the stage, or at a country fair in the 50s, hearing for the very first time Monroe and Bluegrass Boys tearing it up on a fiery rendition of Rawhide. I would have been all ears.
Blast Vassar.
In bluegrass and country music circles, another legendary name is Ralph Stanley, an artist held in the highest esteem by his peers. Perhaps devotees would be a more appropriate term, and I'm proud to say I'm one of them. Ralph's voice has a way of reaching through time and space and penetrating the very soul of his listeners.
We'd like to do a song first that I recorded with Bill Monroe called Can't You Hear Me Calling? Since you left me all alone, I'm worried so, my little darling. I'm worried so since you've been gone. Sweetheart of mine, can't you hear me call? A million times I've loved you, babe. Mistreated you, Lord, and I'm sorry. Come back to me is my request. I'll never forget the morning you left me. A big mistake that caused it all. If you come back, sunshine will follow. If you stay away, it'll be my fault. Sweetheart of mine, can't you hear me call? A million times I've loved you, babe. Mistreated you, Lord, and I'm sorry. Come back to me is my request. I'll never forget the morning you left me. A big mistake had caused it all. If you come back, sunshine will follow. If you stay away, it'll be my fault. Sweetheart of mine, can't you hear me call? A million times I've loved you, babe. Mistreated you, Lord, and I'm sorry. Come back to me is my request.
The real beauty of Monroe's music, and all of bluegrass for that matter, is the way it brings people together from all walks of life. It's that sense of family and community that is in many ways similar to other traditional music throughout the world. When friends get together at a bluegrass festival, it's like a family reunion with a few thousand extra people thrown in and great music. Like when Larry Sparks does his version of Monroe's My Rose of Old Kentucky, or Tim O'Brien does a solo version of Highway of Sorrow.
She bloomed for me near a little village in a cabin on a hill. We made our vow to love each other, and I know we always will. She's my rose of old Kentucky. Watch the bloom, my tears roll by, and to me there'll never be another. I'll love you till the day I die.
anything in dress so cool. Oh, I long for old Kentucky and my darling there to be. She's my rose of old Kentucky. I watched her bloom as the years roll by, and to me there'll never be another. I'll love her till the day I die. She's my rose of old Kentucky. I watched her bloom as the years roll by, and to me there'll never be another. I'll love her till the day I die.
He said, "You got to come out to see this guy because he may not be around much longer." And he was fantastic, you know. He was just fantastic, and he was playing the blues, and he was inventing things on a mandolin, and he was entertaining the crowd. He was a great showman, and then, of course, he wasn't around that much longer, really, you know. It's another 22 years or so. That wasn't long enough for me.
I once said a darling was kind, true, and sweet. Life was so bright and gay, everything complete. But I fell for another who led my life astray, and now I live in sorrow to my dying day. And down the highway of sorrow I'm traveling along. I've lost all my true friends, I lost a happy home. I'm headed for destruction, I'm on the wrong track. And down a highway of sorrow, there's no turning back. To my darling, and I got down on my knees. I begged her with tear-rimmed eyes to give my poor heart ease. But she was hurt so deeply I could not forgive, and now I live in sorrow till as long as I live. And down the highway of sorrow I'm traveling along. I've lost all my true friends, I've lost a happy home. I'm headed for destruction, I'm on the wrong track. And down a highway of sorrow, Lord, there's no turning back.
From rousing mandolin and fiddle-driven tunes without a word, to the word itself, gospel music was one of Monroe's passions. He aimed to please with tunes that became an important part of people's lives. Jerry Sullivan of the famed Sullivan Family Band connected with that music early on. Together with his daughter Tammy, the two share their faith through the music they play and sing. It's what Bill Monroe loved.
In this heart full of sorrow, in this wicked bad sin, never thinking of tomorrow, what I do every
Oh, I can hear
the joy bells ringing for my friends and loved ones waiting,
And I can hear the angels sing.
angels singing just inside the pearly gate. Won't you come unto me? Wash away your sins forever, and you rest eternally.
Oh, I can hear
the
angels singing,
joy ringing for my friends and loved ones way.
And I can hear the angels sing,
An angel singing just inside
those pearly gates.
Now I'm saved with my Jesus. He will guide me on my way. I will sing His praise forever. We'll rest in heaven some sweet day.
oh, I can
I
hear
can
ringing,
hear your bells ringing for my friends and loved ones way.
And I can hear
I can
the
hear
angels singing,
angels singing just inside
those pearly gates.
just inside those pearly gates.
Those pearly gates.
We had a special feeling. It was almost like as if he would know what I was thinking before I said it. And I did the same thing with him. We were close in a special way that very few knew about. He and I were a lot alike in some ways. But I loved him, and he knew that, and he loved me, and I knew that, you know, so I'd love to see him again, naturally, you know, but I think I will one day, you know.
My first music that I played was bluegrass music. Of course, nobody did it like Bill did. And, oh gosh, I used to hang on his every note. I played mandolin for a while before I started playing fiddle, and I used to listen to Bill's records and try to pick those licks up, you know. Sing like him and stand like him and, you know, just play like him, and he was just an idol of mine.
And with all these fine fiddle players around here, I'm ashamed to pick mine up, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. We do a little bit of the Orange Blossom Special.
What you'd think would be the furthest thing from a gospel bluegrass song is actually something that fits quite naturally to those who love bluegrass. Jim and Jesse and the Virginia Boys doing Rocky Road Blues. look closely and you'll see a budding fourth-generation guitarist on the rise in Jim and Jesse's band.
Well, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long, Lord, Lord. Oh, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long. Another man has got my woman and gone. Well, I got those blues I'm wearing out the soles of my shoes. Well, I got those blues I'm wearing out the soles of my shoes. My baby left me, she left me with the doggone blues. Well, you never miss your water until the well runs dry. Oh, you never miss your water until the well runs dry. You never miss your woman till she says goodbye. Oh, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long, Lord, Lord. Oh, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long. Another man has got my woman and gone. Well, I wish to the Lord you'd bring my woman back home. Oh, I wish to the Lord you'd bring my woman back home. I'm not so lonesome, just don't want to be here alone. Oh, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long. Oh, the road is rocky, but it won't be rocky long. Another man has got my woman and gone.
Of all the millions of fans and hundreds of musicians involved in Bill Monroe's music, no people were more intimately and passionately involved than the Bluegrass Boys. Those who stood next to him on stage, dressed in suits, ties, and Stetson hats, festival after festival, week after week, traveling tens of thousands of miles year after year. The Bluegrass Boys were the soldiers who played with the impeccable precision and timing, something that Monroe demanded as a band leader and drill master.
You're my sweet bright darling, and my love belongs to you. All I ask of you, my darling, is love me good, is love me good and be true. Days come and go, and I still love you, and I see your smiling face. Tell me, love, that you need me, and no one gonna take your place. You're my sweet bright darling, and my love belongs to you. All I ask of you, my darling, is love me good, and be true. Today, I need an answer, and I want to hear you say you don't belong to another, and in my arms you're gonna stay. You're my sweet bright darling, and my love belongs to you. All I ask of you, my darling, is love me good,
listen to James Monroe pay respect to his father singing Blue Moon of Kentucky, a song that will no doubt be as moving 100 years from now as it is today.
This next song is a great one, and it's one my father, when he told me about, he recorded this number, he said he held it back for 3 years because he didn't think it might not be good enough. And it turned out to be his best song that he ever recorded. It's called Blue Moon of Kentucky.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. It was on a moonlit night, the stars shining bright. They whispered from on high, your love has said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and said goodbye. Said the moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. It was on a moonlit night, the stars shining bright. Whispered from on high, your love said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and said goodbye. I thank you.
And I had just got this new mandolin, or this new old mandolin, 1924 Lloyd Loar. I wanted to go exploring with my mandolin. So we wound up at Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. I got a call from Tony Conway, his manager. He said, well, you know that call we've been dreading, I'm making it to you. And I was on my bus. And it didn't go in. You know, I was expecting it, and it was time. I knew all those things, but it just didn't register. I got out of the bus and I went walking around the streets of Memphis, just kind of aimlessly wandering around, trying to get a hold of the facts. And the only thing I knew to do was pick up a piece of paper and a pen and write a song. And I went to the studio that night about 6 o'clock, and the sun was going down on the Mississippi River, and I was sitting there watching it go down on Memphis. And I thought to myself, this is kind of ironic, because this is where Elvis recorded Blue Moon of Kentucky. That's where it started his career, basically. And now I get this kind of word. And I showed the band, I just kind of showed the band one time the song. And it's called Lonesome Pilgrim. And it went, I am a lonesome pilgrim, far from home. But what a journey I have known. I might be tired and weary, but I am strong. 'Cause pilgrims walk, but not alone.
The concert's big finale was a special moment in bluegrass history. A.P. Carter's song, Will the Circle Be Unbroken, is fitting and appropriate, and is the theme of the Country Music Hall of Fame, where Bill Monroe's work is enshrined for generations to come. The song is about hope, love, freedom, family, and rebirth, traditional themes that have endured throughout country and bluegrass music history. And once again, it's the song that brought people together on the stage at the Ryman in Nashville to celebrate the life of Bill Monroe. May his legend live on.
circle be unbroken. By and by, Lord, by and by. Everybody, there's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Oh, I told the undertaker, please drive slow. For the body you are hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Well, the circle be unbroken. By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Oh, I told the undertaker, please drive slow. For this body you are hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Well, the circle be unbroken. By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told that undertaker, please drive slow. For this body that you're hauling, but I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken?